I was diagnosed. Actually, I didn't discover that I had a learning disability until I was 40. So I went through my entire life. I always sensed that I was a little bit different than other folks, and but you go on and you encounter the struggles in life the way that you do. And when I was in and around 40, it was suggested to me that my youngest child had something that should be investigated a little bit more, and we had him do a psychoeducational analysis, and that came back with an anxiety disorder, and he was also gifted and ADHD and so forth. And then my second son got tested, and he also came back with something. My wife at the time was tested, she came back, and then I got tested, and it was discovered that I have what's called a nonverbal learning disability. And a nonverbal learning disability is characterized by a difference in your capabilities between your verbal comprehension, so I'm very good with words, and your visual spatial perception of the world. And so, growing up, I have a tendency to fall a little bit more, to bump into things. But one of the other characteristics of a nonverbal learning disability is that you have difficult difficult social skills, in that communication is largely nonverbal. There's a lot of visual aspects that go along with it, people's facial expressions, their hand gestures, and so forth. And so people with NLD tend to have very difficult social interactions. I'm a little bit more straightforward, matter of fact in the way that I present myself. I'm not very nuanced, and it also entails difficulties with math and abstract math concepts. And I got 21 in grade 11 math, 21%, and so it helped explain the difficulties that I had in math, but also possessing some characteristics of giftedness. One of them is a certain tenacity, and never one to shy away from a challenge. When I was doing my master's degree, my third one in education, I endeavored to take graduate level statistics, including doctoral level statistics courses, to try to overcome my demons with math. And even right now, I'm taking a program through Fitch Learning called the Certificate in Quantitative Finance, and it's predicated in large part upon calculus. And so, it's hard, it's very challenging for me, but I like taking on that challenge. One of the things about people is that in order to advance yourself, improve yourself, you kind of have to take yourself out of your comfort zone and take on new challenges and learn things. And so I found it a very illuminating experience to discover that I had a learning disability and the characteristics that go along with it, because it helped me understand a lot about who I was, who I am, and who I want to be, and how I can be the type of person that I want to be.